Kwame, Kwame, how's it going? Hey, I like the outfit. That looks fire. I have no idea how to take a compliment, but also you need to learn how to speak some Gen Z slang. Your language sucks, and you're a bitch. Oh God, what was I thinking? Fire? That's some language from 2016. Oh, what should I do? How can I keep up with Gen Z if I don't even know Gen Z slang? Wait, I know what to do. Throughout my life, my friends have called me an old man because I have never understood a damn thing they have said to me. I'm a caveman. I'm somebody from 500 BCE. I'm somebody who existed thousands of years ago. I don't understand what the hell Gen Z is trying to say, and I'm a Gen Zer. Now, this is no knock against Gen Z, my fellow Gen Z human beings who happen to be born in 2004 or whatever. This is not a knock on any of us. See how I said us? Because we're all part of the same generation, you know, we're all united and not really united. We're all kind of divided over a lot of different things. But point is, I don't understand Gen Z slang. I do not understand Gen Z terminology. Or do I? This quiz will affirm whether or not I actually have a grasp on whatever Gen Z is trying to say right now. Because frankly, I think that I'm miles behind. Generation Y, or I think that's what you guys are, Generation Alpha, I don't even know the generation names. Whatever generation is the one that came before us, I might have to join you guys. I've always thought to myself, I was born in the wrong generation. And we're gonna see if I actually was. Grammatically, languagically, vocabularically. Let's get to the quiz. What's Delulu short for? I know this one. Delusional, because that's what my friends all call me. What does it mean when someone says, do it for the plot? Watch an exciting TV show, write a book with a narrative, take control of your own life, stick to the plan or scheme in order to achieve success. I've heard this before, but do I actually know what it means? I want to say take control of your life and make it more interesting. Yes! 2 for 2! 2 for 2. And I know what that means. That's basketball terminology. Any basketball fans will know what that is. What does lives rent free in your head? I know what that is. You have to touch reality. You live in a van or camper with few possessions. That's what it should mean. You live in someone's house without paying them rent. That's what it should mean. You can't stop, thinking about something. You're out of touch with this one. Okay, yeah, that one. But usually people who live rent-free in somebody else's head, doesn't that mean you're jealous of somebody? You can't stop, you can't stop thinking about something, but usually you can't stop thinking about somebody, so you're living rent-free in their head. See, I know a little bit of Gen Z, I know a little bit of Gen Z terminology. Define mid. Exceptional, short for midnight, in the middle, average, terrible. Average. Let's go! What is that, 3 for 3? I'm 3 for 3. Nar is slang for no. Nar is slang for no, but which accent does it mimic? I'm pretty sure people in Gen Z won't even know that. Won't even know which accent it is. I've never... Nar? Nar. Swedish. What? The correct answer is Australian. Nar, I don't know. I've never heard somebody say this. Are people out there saying nar? If so, why? Where did that come from? I mean, it came from Australia, but why? Where did it come from? And I don't know. I'll get to it at the end, but I have a lot of questions about where we Gen Zers get our terminology and slang from. How does slang even start? How do you look at a word and you're just like, I'm gonna repeat that again, and then other people pick up on it and then they just follow it? I don't know, I think that's pretty weird. What does the acronym GOAT stand for? Greatest of all time. You got Michael Jordan, you got Serena Williams, you got Jackie Robinson, you got Usain Bolt, you got Noah Lyles arguably, you got Jesse Owens. Did I say Jesse Owens or did I say Jackie Robinson? God damn it, I'm mixing up my athletes. Damn it. Girls of all types, good old American truck, goats on a trip. That last one should be what it stands for. I love Goats on a Trip. It's my favorite movie next to Snakes on a Plane. What does it mean when someone says L? Short for loss as in defeat, this one. Okay, I think I know quite a. What does bussin'? I know what that means. I say that all the time. To bust someone, like to catch them in the act. Excellent or great. I know that one. Basic. I don't really hear basic a lot. I know what basic means. Simple. Wait. Mainstream or unoriginal? Have I heard basic before? I've never heard basic used in this context. I've never heard basic used like that. I'm out of touch with my generation. What does cap mean? I know. Short for capital to lie. To lie or exaggerate. What does it mean when someone says you should touch grass? You should get off the internet and connect with the real world. What does op mean? Opposition or opponent. I'm blazing through these. What does it mean when something slaps? It is good or enjoyable. I'm blazing through these. What is stand short for? Stalker plus fan. Yes! That's from an Eminem song. Not an Eminem fan, but I know what that means. What is a... What is a Roman Empire? Well, the Roman Empire was an empire that existed several thousands years ago. I believe from 1000 to 2000 BC. Correct me if I'm wrong. I just like throwing random dates out there. The Roman Empire was an empire that existed in Rome, in which gladiatorial combat was common. They built it for a very long time. That's where the saying "they didn't build Rome in a day" comes from. And they had gladiatorial warriors, a very strong government. I think they had a dictatorship. I don't remember. They were known for their combat and I believe their architecture. Yeah, their architecture and their refined history. Oh wait, you meant in the context of Gen Z slang? Oh, that one I don't know. Something that's too big or popular to fail, that would make sense. Something that's doomed from the start. No, because Rome is technically around today. Does that mean that the empire existed back then? Sound like I'm talking about Star Wars. The empire existed back then. Rome is a city now. Did Rome technically fail? A historic regime is this trick. Something you can't stop. I think it's this one. What? Something you can't stop obsessing over. What? How is that correct? Something you can't stop obsessing over? Well, it makes more sense that it's something that's too big to fail. Because the whole thing with the Roman Empire was that it was so big that they built it over a long period of time. It was this big empire, this massive empire that encompassed all these lands, and I believe they invaded a lot of different nations and kingdoms, and they took them over, and then the Roman Empire became this great, powerful empire, and that's why they were like, Rome wasn't built in a day. That's why that's a common saying. Something you can't stop obsessing over? I mean, I guess they obsessed over it so much that they built it for so long, but how does that make sense? Gen Z, how does that make sense? But I think I did good enough. Bye. I scored 12 out of 15. I understand most Gen Z slang. Guys, I did it. I did it. I did it. This guy did it. Oh, where's my award? Where's my award? I can finally tell members of my fellow generation that I understand slang. I finally know what people are talking about. Yo, Kwame, I'm not gonna be mid and live rent-free in somebody's head. I'm gonna be the GOAT, and I'm finally gonna do it for the plot. Because, Roman Empire, and also noir, and Roman Empire. Yeah? Yeah, I hallucinated all of that. This video is sponsored by no one. It's time for random breaking news that you never asked for. A man in Norway awoke early Thursday to discover a huge container ship had run aground a stone's throw from his fjord-side house, and he had slept through the commotion. For an as yet unknown reason, the 443-foot NCL Sultan sailed up onto shore just meters from Johan Helberg's, might have mispronounced that, house in a fjord near Trondheim in central Norway. That's a country in Europe for those who don't know. Helberg only discovered the unexpected visitor when a panicked neighbor who had repeatedly rung his doorbell to no avail gave up and called him on the phone. So this guy, he didn't even know that this 500-foot ship was washing up in front of his house, in his front lawn, until his neighbor had called him. He just slept right through it. This guy slept through a 500-foot ship washing up on his front yard. What? His neighbor said he was roused at around 5 a.m. local time by the sound of a ship heading at full speed toward land and immediately ran to Hellberg's house. First of all, if I'm that neighbor, I'm running away. I'm not running towards the house. If I wake up at 5 a.m. to the sound of, which I assume is the exact accurate sound that this ship made when it washed up on this guy's shore, I just spit all over my desk. And if I saw that outside of my window, you know what I'm doing? Yeah, I'm not running to the neighbor's house. I'm running to my back door. My back door in this example having been over there in that direction. That would have been my neighbor's house over there where the ship was going towards. Over there is my back door. I should have clarified that. The ship reportedly caused damage to a heating pipe in Hellberg's cabin, but the homeowner told the station it could have been much worse. Really? Could it have been? Yeah, I'm pretty sure much worse is defined as somebody losing their life in this situation, which thankfully this article says that nobody was killed. It says none of the 16 crew members were injured in the incident, the cause of which is still being investigated by Norwegian police. And it doesn't say anybody was killed. It doesn't say anybody was injured. The thing that gets me about this story, there are two things that really get me about this story. At the end of the article, it says the CEO of the shipping company that owns the NCL Sultan, this ship that washed up on this guy's front yard, told the station that the same ship, this same exact ship, ran aground twice before. Once in 2023 and once in 2024 in two different locations. This ship, this same ship, two different times from one year to the next ran up on somebody's house from the sea, from the ocean. How does that work? Where they do that at? Who's running this shipping company? I'd like to think, and this is more so just my weird fantastical mind operating here, that a rival shipping company sent spies to this one to hijack the ship. They said, you know what? Your sales are doing so good. Your shipping is so good. Everybody likes your ships. Everybody likes your ship. They like what you have to offer. They like your services. They like your company. We're going to tarnish your reputation. We're going to hijack those ships. We're going to kill people with your ships. And then twice they failed because it, once again, says nobody died. So I assume they wanted to kill people to make the company look bad, I think. The other thing that gets me about this story is just the fact that he had slept through everything. This guy must be like a grizzly bear in hibernation. He can sleep through anything. This guy is the ultimate sleeper. He said, you know what? I'm over here, I'm snoozing. I'm having a good, relaxing dream. I'm having the best dream in the world, in the universe. No ship running up on my house is going to interrupt this beautiful dream I've had. Can't lie, I've been there. I have had some amazing dreams. I've had some crazy dreams. I've said this before in the video, back when I was doing that brief little Kwame Okoro show series, that I've had some crazy dreams, some terrifying dreams, but I've also had some great dreams that I've never addressed in a video. So maybe that's what this guy had. He was just sleeping in bed dreaming about the most beautiful beach or the most beautiful vacation spot. He was dreaming about a gourmet buffet. He was dreaming about maybe a pet that he had, a pet dog that was so cute. He could just, he just was mesmerized by something in that dream and could not wake up. I've had those types of dreams, those mesmerizing dog, beach, gourmet dreams. I don't even know what I would do if I was in this situation. If I looked out my window and I saw a ship, a 500-foot ship, a vessel on my front yard, I don't know what I would do. Are you going to call the police? What are the police going to do? Shoot it? There's no protocol I can think of for a homeowner in that situation, unless you live in the DC universe and you have the power to call Superman. Be like, hey, Supes, I'm in the Metropolis area and this ship just came up on my house and it's kind of stranded over here. You got super strength. Can you come over here and, handle the situation? Yeah, you got it, big guy. Thank you. If you enjoy content like this, please subscribe for more and tune in for more episodes of Journey Through the Awesome as we venture through our incredible universe to discover more stories from random encounters with the awesome. As always, I will see you all in the next one. Stay awesome!